So you're obviously extremely talented on the music side, but when you acting, right? Anybody a fan of the Power series? A few people watch it, I see. So how is that different for you acting as opposed to singing? And which one do you like, or what's the differences that you like about it?
Well, you can't compare them because singing is something I've been doing all my life. It's easy. That's who I am. That's what I do. But acting is hard because you have to take something that's on a piece of paper that are words and turn them into a character. So, and what's really hard about it for me is I have to, for this character, I have to dig in some really dark places to go murder these people and, you know, choke my kids and all that stuff.
Yeah, we saw. We saw, yeah, about that.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, it's a challenge. It's a challenge, but I love a challenge. And I want to perfect the craft even more because I haven't reached the point in my acting career where I'm like, gosh, I love when I did that. You know, I'm still like, gosh, I could have did that better. Oh, that feels funny. You know, so I want to perfect the craft even more. You know, to when I look at it, Angela Bassett, you know, I feel like that, like, oh, like how she did that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
When you walk in these rooms, how is it? Do you want to be respected as Mary J. the actor, or the talent that we know, the queen of R&B? How do you approach it?
Well, I approach it like this. You know, immediately they're like, oh, let's let her sing. No. I'm acting. I don't want to sing. If I'm singing, I'm singing. If I'm acting, I'm acting. I want people to respect me as an actress. You know, it's two different things. You know, yeah.
Have you talked about Angela Bassett and have you had any mentors in Hollywood that have helped you? And if so, what are some people?
Yeah, I mean, I have friends that are super amazing actresses. Taraji, Queen Latifah, Angela Bassett, Tasha Smith. They are so confident in what they do. When I call them, I say, yo, I need help. They give me all the tools. I learned so much from Taraji. I learned so much from Queen Latifah and Angela Bassett. Tasha Smith was my acting coach and still is, and one of my really good friends. So yeah, you know, I have like even Viola. You know, when I see her, she's like, keep going, you're doing great. You know, yeah.
Yeah, you talk about mentorship in acting, but I mean, the last time we spoke, you were telling us about mentorship in business. And so a lot of times you get invited to rooms, and if you don't know the person, I got to figure out who these people are because there's a reason they're in the room, and there's a reason I'm in the room. So let's talk about the spirits industry, right? Because you have Sun Goddess and you have Sister Love Jewelry. Where did that spark in the interest in the spirits world come from?
Well, the spark came from, I was on tour with Maxwell. Maxwell is a really good friend of mine. And Maxwell was about to put his own wine out. And he took me to dinner with him and some Italian people.
Oh, yeah. They. We call them they.
And I was guzzling Santa Margarita Pinot Grigio, like, you know, and they were like, Maddie, won't you, do your own wine? And I didn't blink, I didn't stutter. I said, absolutely, 100%. And then right after that, maybe like 3 weeks later, while I was on tour with Maxwell, I found myself on a plane to Friuli, Italy, to meet Marco Fantanel. And we touched down to his place, and his whole place was the winery. And the rest is history. You know, we put the wine out during the first quarantine of COVID, when everybody was drinking, and
They remember. They remember very well.
we sold it. We sold it on wine.com, and it was sold out it was just sold out, you know? And so we knew, you know, what my people, what I love about them, they're honest. And if it's whack, it's whack. If it's nasty, it's nasty. They were going crazy over it. So they gave me, you know, people that bought the wine gave me the courage, the confidence to keep going, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. So yeah, that's where that came from.
We actually tasted the wine. Our friend and your good friend Angie Martinez invited us to 4040, and we had to sample it.
Of course.
And it's actually extremely good. I'm not even a wine connoisseur. I don't like wine, but
Thank you.
I stamp your wine.
Well, now we have a Prosecco.
Yes.
We have a Prosecco Rosé. We have a Merlot. And we have a Sauvignon Blanc. And we, of course, you know, the Pinot Grigio Romano Rosé, the wine, actual wine. So it's just growing and growing and growing. In a minute, we're going to have it in little bottles with little straws.
In the Capri Sun pack.
So let me ask you this. For people in the audience that are in entertainment or entrepreneurs, the hardest thing to do is to know when it's time to do something else, right? Because you don't want to just run into things. So how do you know when it's time to start a new business in a new industry?
I don't think you never really know when it's time, because ideas, something could come right now, you know, and I do one thing at a time, and then as I keep going, it grows. So I don't think, well, for me, it's not like, oh, it's time to do something. When it comes, it comes, you know? It's never really a plan. It's just organic. And then when it comes, then you start planning and you start strategizing. So it's always creative for me. When it flows, it flows. When it comes, it comes. And then I bring it, to the team, and then, like that. I mean, for me,
yeah.
That's how it goes for me.
Yeah, it's interesting because as you get more creative and more business opportunities come to you, and this is something that we've kind of experienced, is a lot of business opportunities will come, but we just don't have the bandwidth ourselves to do it. And so do you look at each opportunity as a way to now build another team and employ more people? Or how do you look at the opportunities from this landscape of how can I help?
To build more team, definitely to employ more people, to keep people employed, and to just make it where, I have revenue stream while I'm sleeping, you know what I'm saying? And the money's not, I'm just not working so hard. And, one day I'll just be, sleep, and $1 billion check could come, because I have businesses out there, they're going. So everything is a plan for the future, and a plan to just not have to work so hard. I hope I answered the question. Yeah.